welcome back. This time with the Equalizer panel. We're also going to replace all the capacitors. We're trying to clean the potentiometers, since there are some cracks in the sound when you move the sliders. So this needs to be cleaned. I'm going to show you this. Again, I will skip the process of replacing all the capacitors. Let's start. Now, what do I need to clean? The potentiometers. Using some pads. Contact cleaner. And some grease. That's just Vaseline. I do not want to disassemble them right now. If they are not working fine, if we cannot fix it that way, then we are going to disassemble it and clean it that way. Now let me put some contact cleaner out there. Okay, going to squeeze the pads to get into the potentiometer and put some cleaner on it. And then we're going to clean it. Whoop. Okay, it's dirty. First I'm going to clean all of them. We heard that the volume potentiometer had produced some crackings and a sound, so that really needs to be cleaned. Okay, I think it is as clean as it could get. And now we put some grease into the potentiometers so that the sliders are moving nicely. A little bit more. Okay. Going to clean the outside. Next step, replacing the capacitors. They're all mounted radial. We don't have radial, we have axial, but we need to lay them down because it's basically no space. It's just 1 centimeter here. Since we put the op amp below this capacitor on a socket, we're going to mount the capacitors, some of the capacitors on the back side. Some of the capacitors are quite big, so I put them onto the rear side and used some glue to fix them. At the same step, I put some fresh solder onto the connectors. At unit number 2, I had huge problems with loose contacts and we want to avoid this. Whoa. Okay. Well, sounds good. Everything is working. So another panel finished, the equalizer panel. As you have seen, because I put it on a socket, the op amp, I had to put some capacitors on the back. There's no problem, there's enough space. I just put some hot glue on it so they are not wobbling around, and also something for an isolation. So we are on a safe side. It's no problem. We have now high quality audio grade capacitors. A last minute change, when I was already finished with the video, I found a potentiometer which is not exactly the same. It's the same size, it's the same type, but it's missing the two outputs in the middle of the range. But I'm going to replace the top panel of the potentiometer since it has a protection against dust. And as I figured out, the slider is also the same. So I also replaced the slider and it's works much better now. Really smooth, without any crackings. Excellent. Well, I forgot to remember the orientation. So it took me some time to figure out in which direction it needs to go back. Take notes if you're going to do this, if you're going to remove it. The number 1 was not visible anymore because I changed the top cover of the potentiometer and the number 1 was at the top cover. So. However, I was successful and it's now working. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Cheers!